Hello, everyone. My name is Michael, and it's Braden Consulting Law Firm. Today, we're having an interview with Rod. So, Rod, please, can you introduce yourself and tell a little bit about yourself?
Hi, yeah, my name's Rod Newell. I've was born in Canada, lived there for a long time, and then moved down to the States um, when I was 17. Spent the next 25 years there, and then working on a contract up in Canada again. I met my future wife, and so we've been here in Russia now for just over 2 years.
Okay, sounds great. Sounds great. Here, with these kind of interviews, we would like to, know more about foreign citizens who are currently residing in Russia. Like if you may just tell us
Okay.
a few words about your lifestyle here in Russia. But let's go back a little bit.
Cool.
So you was born in Canada, right? So you're a Canadian citizen, and then
Yes.
you lived in the U.S. for like 25 years, right?
Yes. So I have citizenship in both Canada and the U.S. and of course now in Russia as well. So
Yes,
uh,
so really great, path actually. So can you just tell us a little bit more about the first steps on like when you decided to move to Russia? So the first question is,
absolutely.
uh, why? Yeah, all right.
Um, well, I mean, now we have two children, but at the time um, I was working in the States and
Mhm.
commuting back to Canada, and my wife was working in the state or in, sorry, in Canada, and our son was in school there. Um, and it just, we didn't really like the way things were. We were lucky we found a great school, so we really did get lucky with the schools, but just, you know, things are so soft there anymore.
Mhm.
Kids can't run around and be kids. You constantly need to be concerned with, what might be brought into the classroom.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and so we wanted to have more kids, but we didn't really want to have them there. And
Mhm.
we were kind of concerned um, with what David was going to learn in school. So we decided mostly for the kids. I think we decided that a better path would be to bring them over to Russia, um,
Mhm.
or to bring him over to Russia. Sorry, and then of course the baby came after we got here. But
Mhm.
we haven't looked back. It's been so great. I mean, he can run around and play freely. He doesn't have to worry. Um,
Yeah.
we know exactly what's going on in school. Um, you
Mhm.
know, it's he's really come out of his shell. It's just been so wonderful for him, and it's now it you'd be hard pressed to get him to tell anyone that he was from Canada. He just tells people he's Russian.
Yeah, well, he is. He is. Okay. And
Yeah,
where's your current location? Can you just give us, a little bit understanding where are you? Because Russia is, kind of a huge country, right?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We're in Rostov on Don, so we're down in the south.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's my wife's family is from here, so
Mhm.
it's great. We've got, I mean, grandparents and parents and cousins, and it's a huge family. And
Big family, yeah.
we
Yeah.
didn't have that. Yeah, we didn't have that in Canada either. So it's uh, it's been really just an overall pleasant experience, and really beneficial for our son. And
So, yeah. So as far as I understand, you live in your own house, right? So it's not in the city, right? It's like outside
no, it
of
is. We're in an apartment right now in the city, so we're
uh,
actually in the city center. Yeah.
right. I see.
It's
Yeah.
we're working on a house just outside.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, but for right now, we're still in the city. And we'll probably continue to do this for a while. So,
Hmm.
well, David, my son, he spoke Russian, growing up, you know, um,
Hmm.
but going to school in Canada, he became a lot more familiar with speaking English. So
Yeah.
we're kind of a little bit behind schedule, getting
Hmm.
caught up on the language curve for him. But he's been now almost 5 years here,
Hmm.
so he's about caught up. So, but we found a really really great school in the city center, and even though we'd like to be outside of the city, um,
Yeah.
it would be a long commute, and we just really don't want to give up on this school yet. He's still really
Hmm.
comfortable there, so we'll probably do both for a little while longer.
Yeah.
But I
You may
think
have
I
your.
think the ultimate. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, please go on.
Oh, I was going to say I think the ultimate goal though will be to move up towards Moscow
Hmm.
eventually. Uh,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
It's certainly more. I'm lucky that.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
we got a
I was just going to
delay.
say I'm lucky enough. Oh, okay, okay.
That's
Yeah,
fine. That's
I'm
fine.
lucky enough. I've been able to take the past couple years off and focus
Mhm.
on spending time with my family and really
Yeah.
immersing myself into the culture and trying to get up to speed where I need to be in my language skills. Um,
Hmm.
but there seems to be a lot more opportunities um, in Moscow. So eventually, we'll probably, once I decide to go back to work, um, then we'll probably look at moving up towards Moscow.
Yeah, Moscow actually is a really nice city. I love Moscow. I'm a Moscowite. So, yeah, please come to Moscow. We'll be happy to see you here. And yeah, let's talk just briefly about your path because you've mentioned that right now you've got your citizenship. So it's not that easy actually
Yes.
to get eventually Russian citizenship. So can you please just yeah briefly tell us what was your first step with a visa, right, and ended up with the Russian citizenship, because that would be really interesting
Yeah.
for a lot of people.
It was not the easiest. So Christmas of 2019, we decided that we were leaving Canada. Um, my wife and our son, and we actually had her sister and her mother were over with us in Canada. I sent them home here to Russia Christmas of 2019, and I needed to go down back home to the States, get rid of the house and everything. And then, of course, that's when COVID hit. So that that certainly caused some problems. So we were delayed about a year there. I got stuck in
Mhm.
still in the States for a year there, and then of course the special operation began, and we
Mhm.
weren't sure how things were going to go. Um, I tried. Well, we tried a couple of times working through the visa application program on our own, and it was full of headaches, and it kept getting turned away. Found a company eventually in the States that works with the visa centers,
Mhm.
and so I contracted them, and it was like a year and a half I worked on my own. It took them about 3 weeks.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I can imagine. Sure. Hmm. Hmm.
it's so that went really quick. Probably the biggest issue that I think I had was the criminal background check. I didn't want to do multiple trips. When I came, I wanted to come and stay. So with the FBI background check only being valid for 90 days and
Yeah.
requiring the apostille from the Secretary of State, who at the time they were shut down. It was mail in only. So there was no forced appointments.
Mhm.
So I actually wound up getting like 6 different background checks apostilled. I just kept them rolling just so that I always had, because I knew I was going to need
Nightmare.
every bit of the 90 days. Yeah. So I just always needed to make sure I had a fresh one. And that paid out because there was some issues when we went through the process for the residence permit.
Yeah.
You know, and so they actually we got the paperwork submitted. I had about 45 minutes left on a Friday afternoon that my background check was valid for when they finally accepted it.
Okay.
It was we were lucky, I didn't have the foresight to
Mhm.
look for any, Telegram channels or any of the companies. So we found a legal group kind of like yours down here in
Mhm.
Rostov, and we got really lucky. It was, I mean, I wouldn't recommend, on either side in the States or here trying to do it on your own. I mean, you might save some money, but oh my, I mean, the
Right. Yeah.
headaches and the time.
That's why we provide
It
our service here, and that's totally true. I mean, so you started with a visa, then you got your then you applied for a permanent residence permit venture on the ground of your child, right?
no, we got the try and think of exactly how we did this here. We
Mhm.
went through with I had a temporary, so I did the temporary residence permit.
Right.
Um,
On the ground of your marriage,
so
right?
yes, so I came over on a tourist visa, and
Yeah.
then on our grounds of marriage, we applied for the temporary residence permit, and
Correct.
then we actually got lucky, and turned out we were pregnant. She was pregnant, my wife, right then.
Mhm.
So actually, the baby was born before I had to do anything else with my temporary residence permit. So we
Okay.
skipped permanent residency.
Mhm.
And as soon as the baby was born, we just went back in and applied for my citizenship.
That's right. Yeah, sounds great. Sounds great. This is the path, and actually, yeah, I would say the Russian child, let's say, as a legal ground, is one of the best legal grounds in order to apply right away for a permanent residence permit, and then you can apply right away for citizenship through the simplified procedure. There are also some changes in the loan citizenship since October of last year. So right now you can just apply for citizenship if you're married and you have a common child, and then you can apply directly for citizenship after the venture. So yeah, but this is the legal stuff, right? But I
Right.
mean, yeah, let's focus on your, I would say, regular life here in Russia. So can you just name what is the best thing, or top three best things here in Russia?
Well, number one has got to be like just the people in the environment.
Okay.
Um, I mean, it's unbelievable. Coming from the United States, and like, it's so relaxed, and everybody is just real friendly, and it's just not something you come across, especially not in the cities in the US anymore. In the country, it's still a lot of good people, but the cities are tough there. Secondly, I'd say it might be tied for first, but without a doubt, the quality of the food.
Mhm.
Um, I'm a chef by trade. I did that for 20 years before I moved on. Food is a huge part of my life, and the food here is amazing. It just the quality of
Mhm.
the meat and the produce and the dairy products that we can find. No processed foods, no GMOs. I mean, it's a whole different flavor profile, and it's just wonderful. I have a blast with that. I spend a lot of time cooking.
Mm. Good, good. Are you planning maybe to open your own, restaurant in Moscow? What do you think about it?
Um, Not likely, no. I left the kitchen about 15 years ago, and moved into consulting. So I
Oh,
haven't actually worked in a kitchen. Yeah, it's been about 15 years since I've actually worked in a kitchen. So um, I don't think that would probably be a great time for anybody if I opened a restaurant. The food would be slow. It's yeah, but yeah, no, certainly we enjoy going around and sampling a lot of the restaurants. It's
mhm. What is your
I
favorite
think the goal.
Russian dish? Favorite
Oh,
Russian dish? Just one. Pick up one.
that pelmeni, pelmeni.
Oh man.
Ili-
Oh yeah.
or piroshki. It's a tough one. Those two are.
Yeah. It's like similar to, some sort of Latin American thing, which is empanadas. So we've got piroshki here. It's
Yes,
it's, it's sort of empanadas, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, sounds great.
absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, of course, there's borscht, but I'm pretty particular when
Yeah.
I I try not to eat it too much, unless my mother-in-law makes it. And then that's, of course, it's the best when Baba makes the borscht.
Homemade, homemade. Yeah, babushka makes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, borscht. Sounds
Yeah.
sounds great. Have you tried actually it's summertime, right? And it's really hot in Rostov. I believe it should be kind of a hot temperature. So have you tried akroshka? Akroshka is like a
Oh, of
salad
course.
with
Of course,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
yes. And it's tough. It's tough to pick whether you prefer it with kvass or with Iran, but it's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
think I think Iran is my favorite to put in it.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
yeah. Oh, and there you
Good.
go. That's
Yeah.
probably actually number 3. My favorite thing is the kiosks everywhere with the big barrels of kvass in the summertime. That
Yeah,
is
it's old school style. How you can actually drink your kvass, right? So they have
yes.
this like kiosks. Yeah, yeah. That's really something unique here. It's from the Soviet Union actually. So that a lot of these kvass places. So yeah, gotcha, gotcha. Sounds great. Sounds
Yeah.
great.
It's a
All right.
wonderful time.
Yeah, if you can just tell to our viewers, to our subscribers, some advices, maybe having a personal background. What can you say to for those folks who want to relocate to Russia right now? So what would be your advice, main advice?
My main advice would be use services like Braden and um like I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the company that I used in the States right now,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
it like I said, I spent a year and a half trying to fight through the processes and it took them 3 weeks. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's whatever, and especially if you're coming from the States, if that background check expires, well, you're waiting on paperwork, you're going to spend a lot more money flying back there or flying to at least a third country so that you can have it sent by mail. You're not going to save the money if that background check expires.
That's right.
It's much worth it. It's just so worth it just to get it done. That was my biggest concern. And like I said, we came right down to the wire. I had like 45 minutes before the migration center closed.
That's
And
crazy.
that was, yeah, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. It was flying all the way back just to get another background check and have it apostilled again was not something I wanted to do. So yeah, the services, I mean, they make everything so much easier. It's very worth it. And for anyone that's not here yet, that's coming, come on. It's you know, it can be nerve wracking, listening to the news, talking to your friends and family over there, but man, once you come over and you start to see things the way they really are, it's it's just such a peaceful place. It's a wonderful option, and especially if you like food, it's the place to be.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's right. That's absolutely correct. I mean, we have our partners, and we need just one, maybe two business days to make the tourist invitation. Okay, and
Yep.
U.S. citizens and only U.S. citizens can get a 3-year tourist visa, which is a big advantage actually. So you can just come here with a tourist visa, and we will help you to to fill out the online application, the consular service, etc. And then while you're here, of course, you can visit different parts of Russia. It's really exciting, and yeah, from the legal part, we Braden Consulting Law Firm will be happy to help you. And Rod, thank you so much for telling us all this information. I'm really sure that that would be useful for our viewers. And well, let's meet here in Moscow when you'll plan to move here. Just yeah, give me a call. Okay.
Absolutely. I look forward to it.
All right, bro. Thank you so much, and stay tuned to Braden Consulting. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye now.